Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now, before we get into today's episode, I've already recorded a clip for this. I've done it in the middle of the last episode. It's because I was just sidetracked and I figured I want to record it anyway. So we're going to start the episode with that clip. Okay, so this is actually me recording for the next video. As of right now, I still haven't done the crafting that you guys have already seen, but I wanted to do some Guardians of the Rift with a friend, sorry. So I figured I would come here and show you guys that I am also going to be buying the first piece of the rune crafting set. And my plan is to actually go for 77 rune crafting in this video. And we're going to start off by buying the boots. That is the first piece of the rune crafting set. This set is insane. I'm excited to get the full set. So we have 52 rewards that we can loot now. I was originally going to wait all the way until 77 rune crafting. I figured that was kind of grief because we could get the rune crafting set or pieces of the rune crafting set before we get there. And there's a chance we get things like the lantern, which would just help on the way there. But we're going to loot every 50. I decided that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do a big search. We're going to make it as quick as we possibly can. We're just going to get all the loot. We need a lot of abyssal pearls. So we've got to hope that we get a lot of those, because obviously we would love the rune crafting set, especially when we eventually start crafting blood runes. But here we go. This is the first 52 searches. Nothing too special. We don't care about talismans or body runes. But 91 pearls, I don't know if that's good or not. I feel like it's pretty decent, and some pure essence out of the pouch. Outside of that, just a load of runes. I'm just editing a video right now, and I'm just doing some crafting whilst I'm doing it, so it's AFK. And I'm lazy. I didn't want to empty my inventory for Guardians of the Rift stuff. But I've only just really realized in a lot of steps where I've done elite clues, I've said that, oh, I'm looking for like the anguish kit, the bracelet kit, so on and so forth from elites. They don't even come from elites, they come from masters. So yeah, ignore me for all the clips I've ever said that. That's my bad. We have ourselves another 51 rewards. So let's see if we can get anything. We're up to almost 70 rune crafting, less than an hour, and we'll have 70 rune crafting. Very fast here. I absolutely love it. Honestly, this minigame makes rune crafting leveling a lot better than it used to be. I know, like, I can get more experience at blood runes or whatever. Not blood runes, lava runes. But this is just more enjoyable. There's the lantern. Oh my god. I think it's either 1 in 700 or 1 in 800. 257 searches. That means... Oh, it doesn't mean I could just wait until 77 to loot. I don't necessarily care about having the outfit here, but it also feels troll not to. But there's the lantern. Oh, that feels good. Now that we have ourselves the lantern, we're going to be putting U-logs in there. I believe we need 6. Yeah, there we go. And we will wield it. Now, what this one will do is this only works in Guardians of the Rift, but it's going to increase the amount of points I get, because it's a 10% chance to double my point contribution every time I get points. And it also increases the point contribution cap by 10%. I believe this is the best one whilst I'm here. Once I don't need points anymore, maybe it's worth getting blister wood for more blood runes, or redwood eventually, so my pouches don't degrade. But honestly, I think you for now, as to what I have access to, is actually my best bet. We have another 50 rewards to claim, and I will also say I am doing combination runes now, and the games are insane. I'm getting like 8 to 10 points a game now instead of like 5 or 6. It's actually crazy, and it's a little bit more experience than how it works out. But once I get 350 pearls, I'm going to start searching in bigger amounts, because now that we have the lantern, there's not a need outside of pearls to search frequently. And of course, every 50 is not going to get me another piece of the set. So I'm going to do it like every 150 roughly. I think. We'll have to see. There's another catalytic talisman. It's the second one of those we've had. Not too lucky on pearls this time, unfortunately. I don't think we actually get a piece out of that, sadly. I suppose we'll keep the spare catalytic talisman, but my bank is a mess, because when I'm doing combination runes, I need it to be full so that I can't deposit my fire and my earth runes. But that doesn't put us up to 350 pearls. Where are my pearls? 232. Maybe I'll do 100 searches next time, and that will give me the second piece. We have ourselves 100 reward points in both elemental and catalytic. We're sitting at 73 rune crafting. I figured this would be enough to get me the next piece of the outfit, and after that I'm going to probably search in batches of either 100 or 150. Haven't decided yet. It seems like every 150 searches, I've had roughly enough pearls to be able to get a piece. So I think that's how I'm going to do it, but we shall see after this how many pearls we have left. There's nothing specific we're looking from this place other than pearls at this point. We've got the uniques that we care about. I actually don't think there's any other uniques. I think we have the all the uniques that you can get. So it's purely just pearls. And of course, if we get, you know, runes, we're not going to complain about runes. Blood runes are the best runes that we're looking for. That's the main reason we want our rune crafting to be higher. But there we go. Open all the intricate pouches as well. A load more runes. Might as well scatter these. I don't know if I care about an elemental talisman. I suppose I should keep hold of one. But this gives us enough pearls to buy the next piece. And we have a few left over. We're going to be buying the bottoms for 350. There we go. It's second piece of the rune crafting set. We look very interesting in this outfit. No way, bro. No way. I am out. I'm disappointed. So I may or may not have just recorded a 3-minute clip and then found out that my microphone's not on because I had a Windows update and it changed the default mic to not my microphone. But we just done 100 searches with 75 rune crafting and we still didn't have enough pearls to be able to get the next piece. I've done 509 searches total, and apparently it's about 630 searches on average according to the wiki to get the full set. So I'm either very dry, well not very dry, but dry enough, or the wiki's completely wrong. One or the other. But obviously the clips you just saw, I have been doing Calvarion on Vetion. I didn't realize, but I'm technically dry there. I should have seen at least 2 uniques. The way the uniques roll, it's a 1 in 56, I think, at Vetion to get any of these uniques. The more common ones are the Pick and the Dragon Two-Hander. And at Calvarion, it's 1 in about 100. So Vetion alone, I should have seen roughly 2, and Calvarion, however you want to say it, I should have seen almost 2. I honestly hate wildy content, so hopefully we get the Dragon Pick soon. We could also technically get it from KQ, but yeah, KQ, enough said really. But for now, we're just going to keep rune crafting, and if I fancy going and do it and it's not peak times, I will go do some more Calvarion. We have ourselves 128 rewards to pick now, and that game we did just hit 77 rune crafting, but we are going to be staying here until we have the full rune crafting set, so it's probably another couple of levels maybe. I don't think we'll hit the 80s. Let's see how many pearls we get. We've got 256 right now. We're going to buy the hat first, so we need 400, and then we're going to buy the chest last, just so I can use the Varrock and I don't have to take a switch in if I want to get more runes. So let's see if we get enough pearls. And there it is. We did get our first die piece. Now, the thing that's really annoying about these, I think they're like 1 in 1200, and you need 1 per piece of the gear. It's not like 1 die does the whole set. So chances are this is never going to get used, but I want to keep it just in case. You can trade it in for 50 pearls, but I don't want to do that because I'm going to get the pearls anyway. And I'm going to be back here even after this rune crafting level because it's good experience. And it's a nice way to train rune crafting. But we did get ourselves enough pearls to buy the hat and, of course, a load more runes. Another 1,300 blood runes. Like, that is actually insane, I'm not going to lie. But here is the hat, 400 abyssal pearls. And we will buy the hat of the eye. Now all we need is the chest piece, which is 350, if I am not mistaken. Yep, 350 pearls. So we need 300 pearls. That's probably about 2 rune crafting levels if I was to guess. So let's get them cracked out. As you guys just saw, we just got ourselves a second abyssal lantern and we ended at 413 pearls. I didn't want to show the end loot because, well, I didn't want to show, sorry, me looting another 150 rewards because they're not that interesting at this point. So I figured I'd just show you the amount of pearls we got because that's what we really care about, and an extra lantern. So what I'm going to do is I can talk to the apprentice, and I believe I can sell this. I'm not sure how much it sells for. We're on 413, and obviously I don't need a second one. So there we go, an extra 100 pearls. Now you may be wondering, what's the point of selling it anyway? It's because I eventually will come back for the Ring of the Elements, which is an extra 400. So I'm not going to do it now. For now, we're just going to buy the chest piece, which is 350, and there we go. We have the full rune crafting set complete. This set is actually insane. And now that we have 77 rune crafting, or over 77, we ended at 79, we can actually complete the Fremenic Elite, which is going to be insane for Slayer, because that means no DK bones for our Slayer tasks. All of these I can do. I can boost to 80 agility, I can boost to 83 Slayer, and I can boost to 82 rune crafting now. So this is doable. We're not going to do it straight away. We are now going to work on getting 83 construction, which means we're going to have to make use of all the teak logs we have, all the mahogany logs we have, and I don't know if I'm going to use the oak planks. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. So before we do construction, I have just built a couple of things in the house to store more skilling outfits, like the rune crafting outfit, the pyromancer outfit. And I'm finally going to trade in my spare tome of fire and the pyromancy set I have. But before I do that, I will say quickly, sorry, I'm currently messing about with the plugin animation smoothing. I can't decide if I like it. The running feels kind of nice, but I haven't done enough combat with it yet to decide if I like it. So if you see clips with that on and then some clips with it off, it's because I'm just kind of toying about with it. But for now, let's turn in. I think you can turn the whole outfit in at once. And we want burnt pages. I don't care about extra crates. So we're going to trade in an entire set. And we're going to get 250 burnt pages for that. Apparently the warm gloves don't count as a set. That's interesting. And then after that, we're going to trade in literally everything else. We're going to trade in our spare tome of fire, which is another 250 pages. And then we're going to trade in each piece, which I believe is a 50 each, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. Let's turn in all our gloves. In fact, I can turn gloves in all at once. I just saw that. So if we go gloves, we'll get 100 burnt pages, 50 each, and then 50 for each one of these. I figured I'd show this because these burnt pages are going to be nice, because we're going to actually be doing Zora with the Tome of Fire. So we're going to need burnt pages. I imagine we're going to do quite a bit of Zora with the Tome of Fire, because even when I get the Trident, I think it's better until I have quite a bit more magic gear. So we're literally just going to be using the Tome of Fire with the Twin Flame Staff for as long as possible. To start off our construction grind, we are going to turn in all the long bones and the one curve bone that we have obtained throughout the playtime on the account. We're sitting at 70 construction, basically 71. I'm not sure what this will get us to, but it's a decent amount of experience per. So I'm going to trade every single one of those in. We also get a bit of coins, 65k construction experience from that. Very nice. Puts us up to 71 and only 28k away from 72. Oh. Okay. I have turned all of my logs into planks. We now have 85 construction banked right here in planks. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the oaks. If I don't, I haven't actually looked at it. I'm not sure if I still have 85, but I don't need 85. I only need 83. So now it's time to do mahogany homes with all of these planks. So let's get it started. We are sitting at 582 points, and I didn't realize the Carpenter's Helm is only 400, so we are going to buy the second piece of the set right now. We already have the boots from last time, so let's buy the Carpenter's Helmet. And after that, we need an extra 1400 points, and we can fully finish the set. So there's a tiny bit more of experience. That hat looks atrocious, and the hair clips through. That's kind of annoying. I've just been AFK whilst editing a video. And I said whenever I'm AFK, I will be blowing my molten glass, and we got to 91 crafting. We still have another 30k molten glass to slowly go through, or basically 31k. As for construction, we are sitting at 75 construction, 66k away from 76. We're almost through all of our mahogany planks. After that, we've got a hell of a lot of teak planks to go through. But I think it's about a 10-hour grind, maybe more. I'm not 100% sure how many planks I use an hour. I think it's about 600 with the planks that Plank sack? Plank, yeah. Plank, that doesn't sound right. Plank sack. I don't know why that doesn't sound right. I'm sorry. This contract here is going to get us 80 construction. As you guys can see, bottom left of the screen, we're getting about 195k experience an hour. When I turn this contract in, it might spike up a little to about 197. That's without NPC contact, and that is only with teak planks, which is actually kind of crazy. On the wiki, the experience rates are nowhere near this, so I'm kind of surprised we're getting this much experience, and I really honestly can't complain. I'm very happy with the experience we're getting, and we're going to get 83 in no time. We now have enough points to finish off the set for construction. There is the carpenter's shirt, there is the full construction set. I think it's 2.5% experience like most other sets. Other than that, I don't think there's any benefit, so it's just a little bit more experience. Now from now on, I could unlock Amy's saw, which is an equipable saw similar to Incamdo's hammer. I don't know if I'm going to get this. I might just do supply crates for free supplies on the way. I could also unlock the Hasidius blueprints, but again, I don't think I'm too worried about this, and I could pick these two up on the way to 99 if I wanted to, and maybe just see how many supply crates I can get. I'll look into what supply crates actually give and if they're worth it, and we'll go from there. We have just completed 83 construction on the last contract that I've done. We finished at 641 points. I decided I'm not going to buy supply crates until I've actually got the saw and the blueprints. I could buy the saw right now, but I just didn't bother yet. I want to get the collection log, so honestly, why not? But now that we're 83, there's a lot of things we can build in our house, and the first one I want is the max pool. And obviously we have the construction level to get everything now with different boosts and whatnot, but the biggest thing is we do need anti-venoms, and for that we need antidotes. If I look down in herb lore, I believe it is 87 to make an anti-venom, so we're going to need one herb lore level for a +4 boost, and then we're going to need antidote ++ and Zora scales. So that means we need to get a herb lore level and then go to Zora. I don't know how long I'm going to be at Zora. If I'm enjoying it, I might just stay there and see if I can get myself a blowpipe maybe. But we at least want to stay there until we have antidote ++ and scales so we can make anti-venoms. We need 10, I believe, to make the max pool, and that's the first thing I want to get made in the house. There is 83 herb lore. We can now boost to make ourselves anti-venoms, but before we do anything, I want to get myself a fairy ring in the house. That way it is quicker for me to get to Zora. So this is what we're going to do before we do any Zora. So here we are, about to do Zora. I got the fairy ring built in the house. We've got the +2 boost. I stew boosted it. I could have done it through teas, but I'd have had to make the one that does a +3 boost, and it would have cost me like 400k just to build the shelves in my house for a one-time use. So I just didn't bother, and I stew boosted. But this is the gear for Zora. Now, I don't know if I'm crazy for going for an straight for an 8-way or a 9-way when it's mage, because I haven't done Zora in a long time, but the more gear I can take, the better. I'm going to be using a dueling pretty much after every kill. In fact, I need to get a dueling out. I think that's the way I'm going to do it at the start. I'm not sure. When I have the house, I will, go to my house after every kill, I think, to save as many supplies as possible. But this is what we're running with. Now, DPS character, the only phase I mage is the red phase. The green phase, even though it has negative mage defense, the both are just out DPS is what I currently have. If I had something like an occult, then maybe it would change a bit, and obviously ancestral, or even just a mage book. But obviously we don't have a lot of mage damage. We just have 10% from our tormented and our blue moon. I believe that's the only thing giving it. Oh, and of course the god cape. But this is how we're going to start Zora. So let's see how smooth the kills are. Let's see if I can remember how to actually do Zora. Well, there's the first KC. It's such a messy kill, but the first KC, and there are some Zora scales. So here's to many more. We got ourselves the antidote drop, and we stayed for a few more KC at 20 KC. We got it on KC 17, I believe, the antidotes. Yes, we did. So I decided to stay for a couple more kills, see if I could get another drop soon. But I'm not going to be staying anymore. I decided it's not worth me going for the blowpipe yet. I'll wait until I have slightly better gear. Not that my gear's bad or anything, just to make it easier. Less supplies used, why not? I don't need anything from Zora at the moment, so there's no harm in me waiting and going there with things like an occult maybe. But Now that we have the antivenoms, we can do that the massive pull in the POH. We just need to get the boost. After that, we need to get the skills room going so we can get the house. I forgot what they're called. The jewelry box. That's the one. That's the one. But we did end up doing the last KC with Lunas and both only, just because using anti-poisons was really annoying and QME was just better. And the twin flame didn't feel as good as I wanted it to. Maybe that's because I'm missing a couple of pieces of gear that help. I feel like I splashed a lot, and I don't feel like the time difference was that bad. Like, we got a 1 minute 38 with just the Bofa. It was consistently about 2 minutes. There were some slow kills, of course, depending on rotation you get, but it just felt more chill at the moment because of not having antivenoms or a SAP helm. And there is the ornate ball in the house. I'm so happy to have this in the house. This is such a huge thing to have on an account. Now, we need to get the jewelry box, which requires a +5 boost, not a +4. So that's going to be a lot more annoying to do. And there is the ornate jewelry box. I'm so happy right now. I am so happy right now. We got ourselves the Curator's medallion, and we got this from trading in 250 rubies, as well as a dig site pendant, 100 cosmic runes, and 500 fire runes. And this will allow us to make the permanent dig site pendant in our house. We can also do the Jagex talisman, but I'm not going to bother doing that one just yet. I don't even have the fangs, I don't think. So we're going to build this in the house. This will make it so I don't need to worry about dig site pendants anymore. We are going to do a portal nexus at one point, just not yet. We can't get the max one yet anyway. We need one more level with a +5 boost. But the medium one would be fine for a long time. But there's not enough teleports I care about, and I don't want to use the runes just yet. I'm now at the point on the account where I would really like to get myself the Lumbridge Elite Diary. Now, I can do pretty much everything on this. 88 smithing, that's not too hard to get. I can just do Giant's Foundry till 84 with a +4 boost, or 83 with a +5. That's not hard at all, considering I'm basically already 79, and I can just use all my materials that I have in my bank to get there. I can already do the 78 thieving with a boost, 75 woodcone, same as that. Rune crafting I can do, but we need the quest cape. We haven't got too many quests left. We have 16 quests left, with the worst one being Desert Treasure 2, and I've still got some requirements for that. But if I get Desert Treasure 2 done, it's so easy. But we do need to do Secrets of the North, which means we need to do Devious Mines, the General Shadows, then Secrets of the North to be able to even do Desert Treasure. So that's where we're going to start, Devious Mines. And there is Devious Mines complete. That was super quick. 79 smithing as well. There's one level closer to the Lumbridge Diary. Next, we need to do the General Shadow. I think that's the mini game. Here it is. Not mini game, mini quest. I don't think this is too bad, but I think it's longer than the full quest we just done. Didn't realize, but there is the General Shadow complete. We get the Shadow Sword. This thing looks honestly, I think it looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very cool looking weapon. Now we can do Secrets of the North, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Secrets of the North. We have all the requirements, so this is next. There is Secrets of the North complete. Honestly, I just wing the Phantom Musper fight because I've never done it, but I've only ever seen it, and it was fine. I'm assuming the quest variant's also weaker. Also, decent amount of agility experience and thieving. Agility is nice because I want to get towards 80 so I can do the Relic, of course. Honestly, we'll end up doing the Elite Fremy Diary as well once we do the Elite Lumbridge. We already have everything for it. We've got the rune crafting out of the way, which need the boost, obviously. Everything else we can also do with boost. honestly, not too bad, considering I've never done this boss. I felt like that was quite smooth. I know it's only the quest version, but quite a fun boss as well. Okay, so I kind of forgot to show the Leviathan kill, but 40 runite ore? That's insane. Okay, so it turns out 40 runite ore is because it was a perfect kill, which, honestly, I'm kind of impressed with, considering I've never done the boss. It's obviously the quest version, so it's not exactly hard, but it's normally 27, and because it was a perfect kill, I get 40. That's 417k worth. That's insane. Well, it was a very messy kill, and again, I didn't record it because I'm just bad at being a YouTuber. But there is Duke down. That's just a timing thing. Like, once you know the times on that boss, I can see that being very easy to farm. But like I said, it's still the quest variant, so I'm not sure how easy it is compared to the actual variant after the quest. Well, there's the Whisperer. I definitely think that was the most stressful one for now. My mage gear absolutely sucks, so that's probably why that didn't feel great. There's a couple of mechanics that I just didn't do well in, so yeah, that was a rough kill, but I mean, it's dead. That's all that matters. There it is. Desert treasure to complete. The Ring of Shadows, 5 quest points, and all these XP lamps are going into prayer. 100k each, and they're all going to go into prayer. That's actually insane for my level. This will save up so many bones for my level. I'm not sure what I'm going to get to. I think I was 72 before this. That puts us all the way up to 75. Now that is very, very nice. Only 70k away from 76. We can almost use Augury. Not that we even have it, of course, but I'm just so glad to have that quest out of the way. The rest of the quests are so damn easy for the quest gate, man. And there's Rag and Bone Man to complete. The majority of that quest was done just passively. I accepted that quest very early on in the account, and I got a load of the bones without even having to actually go out of my way. So that was nice and quick. Obviously, it's still an annoying quest at the end, having to do all the bones, but it didn't take too long. Guys, for a Rav complete. Actually, kind of a nice reward, 40k mining, thieving, and agility experience. And we get 79 agility from it. Grim Tails complete, another nice reward, 60k woodcutting, 25k agility and thieving. Honestly, this is just a nice reward. I don't know why I didn't do these quests earlier. 75 thieving, and 136k away from 80 agility. Hey, Land of the Goblins complete. Another one down. There is Forgettable Tail complete. That is a annoying quest, but we got it done. And Scorpion Capture. We have one quest left. And I said I was going to save this quest. I can't even find it on the quest list. The Riveting Tale of a Lily Pad Labor Dispute. Let's get the last quest done. And finally get ourselves a quest cape. We could have got this a long time ago, but where's the fun in that? Might as well get it later. But let's do it. I'm bad at being a YouTuber, so I kind of forgot to record the actual ending of the quest. But we've now completed all the quests, and as you can see, we have the quest cape. We've done the emote for the Lumbridge Diary, which is absolutely huge. But that is where we're going to end today's episode. This actually, honestly, I'm very happy I've got the quest cape out of the way. We can have the insane... We can trim it? No, we can't. We can now teleport and get access to a fairy ring very quick if we're not using our house. I believe this is like a couple of ticks or a tick faster than the house because of the loading screen. It's got its uses, but it's not like that massive now that I've got a fairy ring in my house. But next episode, we're going to start with the Lumbridge Diary. which means we're going to have to do smithing. We're going to have to get to at least 83 and we can +5. I'll probably go for 84 and do a guaranteed +4, but we'll see what supplies I have. The rest of it I can do with small boosts. That's where we're going to end the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.